All right, almost forgot. I've got 10 minutes before my next teaching session, so let's just, quickly do this. So, through DM, I get sent some information and asked for a little help, so that is what this video is inspired by. Now, it was to do with someone being a bit off offset, a little bit squint, a little bit of a left to right pull in their structure when they do movement like a squat. All right. Truly, what needs to happen to get to the bottom of it is, proper one-to-one work. But this will definitely help, and it can also help you to identify if you have that issue. All right. So I posted a link for one of these for people in America or wherever. It won't be too hard to find one on eBay. Fairly cheap, but it's a great little tool. And you can also like jam a rope or something in the door and pull it tight. And I've done that with inner tubes and all sorts of things, and it works fine, okay? But for now, what we're looking to do is we're going to get our suspension trainer, our rope, whatever, all right? And we're going to lock in our structure, all right, and see what's what. And this also, if done correctly, I do this myself if my knees and stuff like that are feeling a little bit, and quite often what you'll get is a click or a pop as bones realign, okay? So what we're doing is we're getting our heels under our hips. One of the ways we can do that, I can't remember if I've shown you this in another video, is feet together, turn them 45 degrees each, and then realign the heels to match, and that will be your heels under your hips. Now, what you want is the outsides of your feet parallel, not the inside, all right? That's what most people tend to do. So once you've got that, we want to get to a position where we're holding them kind of like here, yeah? Our elbows at our sides while we're holding the suspension trainer, rope, whatever it is you're using. We have this position, then what we do is it's basically a squat, all right? I'll bring this a little bit closer. It's basically just a squat, but I call this a structure squat because what we're doing is we're really locking in good structure as we do it. So we get that foot alignment first and foremost. Almost everything begins in the feet. Alpha and omega of movement either starts in the feet and ends in the hands, starts in the hands, end in the feet. Okay, I think I've explained that before as well. So what we do is we get that position, we grip like we're grabbing the floor with our hands, but we're doing it with our feet. Right, and you'll see already some movement start to happen. So I flex my feet, and then what I do is I kind of push my heels together. What that's going to do is externally rotate the knees so they don't buckle in, like so, all right? And then all I do, keeping that tension through the legs, is I just push my bum back a little bit, and then I sit down, all right? I don't let my knees buckle, I keep them out, I come down. Nice and slow, as far as we can get, keeping that tension, feet flexed, heels pushing to get like you're pushing and squeezing an invisible block of wood. And then as we come back up, what I'm doing is I'm really squeezing my glutes really hard. All right? And the suspension trainer just allows us to go through this really slow with perfect form, all right? So like this, down, keeping that tension through the feet and the legs and up into the hips, push the bum back just a little bit, and then I sit straight down like a proper squat should be. On the way back up, I'm squeezing my glutes really hard all the way to the top to full lockout. I'll quickly show you this side on. I don't have much time. Let's give it a bit more distance here. Right, so once again, apologies. There we go, that should work, hopefully. So again, foot position, grip, squeeze, bum goes back, so bum looks at seat, bum sits in seat, yeah? Down, and then squeeze really hard through the glutes. You feel that tension all the way up through the legs. And what will happen with most people is you're going to feel a lot of torque. I mean, even for me, I feel a lot of torque. But for most people, when they're new to this, they're going to feel excessive amounts of torque through the lower part of their body, all right? So this is essentially a lower body one. There are other versions I do where we lock in, you know, the upper body and do various things. But for now, just right now, because most of the kink when it comes to movement comes from down there, all right? You know, if you're doing a squat and you find yourself going that way, it's somewhere almost guaranteed from the waist down that the problem's coming from, all right? So it can show up that issue, and it can also start to fix that issue, all right, if you do it fairly regular, all right? Again, I practice what I preach. This is why I know this stuff works. Anyway, hope that was okay. As always, peace and love. Take care, guys. Have a good weekend.